they are put in these folders and are with you whenever it is required. Do not use it as a flyer or a fan, which most of you are doing. Okay, so please make sure that these folders are used for that. The I-card has to be worn on all the times, your school I-card and the MUN I-card, because that's how the students and the teachers of the other branches will get to know where do you belong. Yeah, are we clear, everyone? And students, you are all stepping into the shoes of delegates, and I look forward to seeing you all behave like delegates. And when I say that, delegates are already very responsible, self-aware, self-conscious, and do not need reminders for anything. So do you want me to look at you as students, or do you want me to look at you as delegates? So which means you will all be at your best performance, right? And nobody has to correct, remind, or give you any kind of suggestion or advice, right? Which also means that throughout the ACSMUN conference, when we are having the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony, I would like to see everybody well seated with the appropriate posture, well dressed with the right attire, and also avoid talking, but if you have to due to some reason, make sure that only your partner understands it, nobody else. Can we do that? Too much to ask? Too much to ask? No, I don't think so. So are we all ready? Except for the volunteers and the press team, I would not appreciate anybody loitering around in the auditorium or on the floors or in the MUN conference areas. Yes? Yes? The international press team, which includes of students Saksham, Astha, Taksh, and Ananya. Please meet Deepak sir behind, and so that he can brief you as to what your roles and responsibilities are. The students who are volunteers, please check the way you stand, the way you sit, way you behave. Avoid wearing mittens and gloves. It's not so cold, is it? No, right? So are we all ready? So when I look at you, I want to see you as representatives of different countries. And that's the kind of behavior I look forward from each one of you. Because you know, when you are chosen to be representing your country in the United Nations, it means you are one of the best people of your country. One of the best the nation has to represent. So you are just not representing your class, your school and your branch today. You are representing that country whose flag is there in your I-cards. Okay. All the best, everyone. When we have the chief guest or the guest of honors coming, I would want everybody to stand up and keep applauding as they make their way to be seated. Yes? And when we do the lighting of the lamp, everybody will stand up from wherever you are. The chair, the vice chair, the secretary, general secretary, those 4 members, after lighting the lamp, you will come and take your places here. Okay? And you'll be joining for the lighting of the lamp. The students who are here on my right, I would request you to kindly, do you have a folder, Niharika? teachers, I hope you too also have your folders. The folders are there for you too, so you can keep your papers in it. And your iCards will be given in some time. Of silence, truly appreciated. Let's welcome the guest, the special guest of today, Dr. Kavita Saxena, with a huge round of applause. Welcome to Alpine, Dr. Kavita Saxena. It's a delight to have you here.
Let me ask you a private question. How much money are you making every month? How much money do you?
Let's welcome our Honorable Director, sir, with a huge round of applause as he makes his way to the MUN conference. A very warm welcome, sir. Thank you, student delegates. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Our world is a complex one, diverse yet united, independent yet interlinked, flourishing yet in despair, an agreement in every disagreement, safe yet with a silver lining of fear, promising for some but questionable for the other. So, what's to be done? Are we to be satisfied with the progress our society is making, or be moved by exclusivity? Are we doing the best we can, or can we ask for more? Are we to accept the world as it is, or look for ways to change it, to transform it? Unfortunately, I don't have the answer, and I think most of us who are standing do not have the answer either. All we know is that you, each one of you who is seated here, is the torchbearer of tomorrow. and only you can determine what the world means to you and what you will make of it. All of us who are standing here as pillars of support are only here to help you along the way. ACSMUN 2. This is where the change begins. And all my dear delegates here, take the lead as the future depends on what you do today. On this very note, I cordially invite and welcome each one of you present here. I would like to extend our gratitude to Director Sir Mr. D.K. Sharma for gracing the two-day conference here, as well as I would like to welcome and thank Dr. Kavita Saxena, who has been here with us for the ACSMUN conference. So let me tell you about Dr. Kavita Saxena, for most of us are not aware. Dr. Kavita Saxena is a geographer who started her teaching career from TPS RK Puram in 1999 November and remained there till 2016. She is a PhD degree holder in geography from Indira Gandhi National Open University with 2 master degrees, one in geography and the other in economics. And she is the realm of physical geography and the regional geography. She's also a certified master trainer in disaster management from National Institute of Disaster Management. A very warm welcome, ma'am, and we are grateful that you are here with us. I would request sir to kindly hand over a small token because we are working towards making a sustainable planet. So here is a small memento so that we can create our own oxygen today and become the oxygen for so many more coming forward in our way. I would now request and like to invite Director Sir, our special guest, Dr. Kavita Saxena, our Secretary General, Director General, Deputy Secretary, Deputy General Ankush Fogat, Bhumika, Kavya, Manthan Kera, towards the lighting of the lamp. I would also like to invite Shiona, Lakshay, Muskan, Yukti, Himanshi, Namit, Harshita, Bhuvi, Akshada, Vidushi, Yashasvi, Kashish, who are the Honorable Chair and the Vice Chair of the 6 committees. I would also like to invite the committee mentors and the directors of the 6 committees which are here in ACSMUN 2. I would also like to invite the conference head, Ms. Gunjan Bajaj, to take the lead. I would request all the children to stand and join for the lighting of the lamp. Today, as we light the lamp, we move towards world peace. We all make a wish that our actions and reactions could only lead towards uplifting humanity and making the world a better place. Today, we do not just stand for the school, the community, or the society we dwell in. We stand for all the countries and the entire planet as one. Saraswati Bhagavati Leela ma'am, Justin ma'am, Nivedita ma'am, Ya Kundendu Tusharahara Dhavana Ya Shubhravastranvita Ya Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, delegates. Thank you, representatives. It is evident that the notion of childhood has changed drastically over the years, mostly for the better. The early years of a child play a vital role in their ability to maintain self-confidence and empathy and establish relationships and communication. Their learnings and ability to reason act as catalysts to improve their performance when a leadership role has been given to them, or even when they are vested with powers as decision making individuals. Be it Greta Thunberg, a 16-year-old girl from Sweden who is leading from the front and drawing attention to the need to urgently tackle climate change, or even Wangari Maathai in Kenya, who led from the front to protect the environment and advocated for gender equality. Wangari, who grew up in a small village in Kenya, was an activist from a very young age and later in life went to be the first African woman to win a Nobel Peace Prize. While others deployed their power and life force to damage, degrade, and extract short-term profit from the environment, she used hers to stand up for the environment, mobilize communities, and argue for conservation and sustainable development and destruction. Do you know? She also founded the Green Belts movement, which has now planted over 50 million trees. Whoever met her was first struck by her as a person. As they learned about what she did, they became inspired to do more themselves. You all must be wondering, why am I quoting so many people from the world? Because if they could do it, I am very sure that you too can do it. Each one of you has a unique stake in the global dialogue on a range of issues, and you are making your voices heard in the most inspiring ways. You rightly can demand bold action from all corners of the globe. Hence, with the second edition of ACSMUN, we encourage you to speak up and push boundaries. With such an ambitious goal, global development plan, you can take action against any discrimination you see against people wherever you are. Raise your voices, volunteer, vote, join ACSMUN. I'm sure you have read up on government committees, discussed with your peers, evolved as responsible individuals so that you can resolve global issues and have a diplomatic, peaceful dialogue with the students of different countries and come forward to seek a common action. You know, Turin, the youth of today, which I mean you, will have to be contended with the world of tomorrow. So it's time to think about what kind of a world would you like to live in. I'm sure ACSMUN will train all of you to become prospective leaders while also helping them improve their skills in public speaking, researching, critical thinking, problem solving, and effective conflict resolution. Today, our world requires a young brigade of empowered and well-equipped policymakers who can engage in pulling the society, nation, and globe out of the morass of raging conflicts, disputes, disagreements, and wars. It's time we reconstruct the world on the foundation of a peaceful dialogue, respect for diverse views, opinions, and mutual understanding. This is the only way how we can lead towards international peace and make certain that security, justice, and basic human rights are not endangered. Through ACSMUN 2, we want to create credible leaders who would join hands to steer the world in the direction of the utopian vision and ideals of the most revered leaders like Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela. They fought the turpitude who were ravaging the world through the mighty weapon of non-violence, peaceful discussions, negotiations, and debate. As the participants involves, as all of you involve yourself in this simulation, ACSMUN, I hope that you all attempt in becoming global citizens by addressing the pertinent agendas to the world we live in today through relevant and peaceful dialogue. Now, I would like to welcome the Secretary General, Ankush Phogat, to take the lead. Can we have a huge round of applause for the Secretary General? In the meanwhile, I would like each one of you to extend a huge round of applause for these wonderful leaders who are going to play the role of vice chair and chair for the 6 committees which MUN has been catering to and also becoming an integral part of the Model United Nations. Thank you very much. I would now request you to kindly take an exit from my left, and over to you, Ankush.
Thank you, ma'am. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. Good morning, Honorable Director Sir, Principal Ma'am, respectable guests from other Alpine sister schools, MUN delegates, and my dear friends. On behalf of Alpine Convent School, Sector 10, I, Ankush Fogat, the General Secretary of ACSMUN 2022, extend a hearty welcome to you all on this chilly morning of the grand opening ceremony of ACSMUN 2.0. The curtain raiser on the major ACSMUN was lifted last year when a dream was born, a dream to train us, the Alpinites, into responsible leaders of tomorrow. Our teachers and mentors saw us as great orators, bright thinkers, and peacemakers of the future. We initiated the discussions and set agendas and deliberated important world issues. Here we are, once more, as people of the most reputed peace agency, the United Nations, hoping to salvage the world. As a responsible MUN General Secretary, I invite you all to shun mediocrity and acceptance of world flaws with cynicism and hope for the brighter, better, and peaceful world, with positive consensus of living a common dream, to the stimulation of the United Nations. This year, we return more confident, more streamlined in our thoughts, and much keener to take the stage in our stride. As a General Secretary of ACSMUN, it is indeed my pleasure and privilege to welcome all the delegates from the world. You'll be the ones working for the rights of your country and for people, and finally draft resolutions to set agendas in the coming 3 days. From women's rights in decision-making and leadership to promoting responsible disposal of hazardous waste or role of good governance in the next 3 days. These young minds will find solutions to the world issues such as the Russian-Ukraine war and global economic crisis, and find ways to prevent future pandemics. They will discuss, debate, raise their motions as members of the country after a month-long diligent, collaborative effort of these students and their committee heads, wherein they record their brains through research and research and research. I hope the next 3 days are productive and enriching for all and come out as great learners. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ankush. Can we have a huge round of applause for the Secretary General? I would now like to invite the intercultural performance, which will be put forward by the students of the Sector 56 branch. So can we welcome them with a huge round of applause? Let me tell you that this dance is prepared by the dance instructor, Mr. Neeraj. So can we also have a huge round of applause for Mr. Neeraj and his amazing team of students.
Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos como es. Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así que vamos a romper. Toda mi gente se mueve, mira el ritmo como los tiene. Hago música que entretiene. El mundo nos quiere, me quieren. Toda mi gente se mueve, mira el ritmo como los tiene. Hago música que entretiene. Mi música los tiene. Ponte bailando y se baila así.
discoteca, la fiesta no para apenas comienza.
C'est comme ça, c'est comme ça.
Ma chérie,
Da 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 da.
Francia, Colombia, me gusta. Freeze. Y Balvin, Willy William, me gusta. Freeze. Los DJ no mienten, le gusta mi gente y eso se fue muy bien. No le bajamos, mas nunca paramos, es otro palo y
¿Y
blanco.
dónde está mi gente?
Me fait bouger la tête.
¿Y dónde está mi gente?
Say yeah, yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3, Lego.
What a wonderful performance, a blend of the conventional thinking as well as the progressive thinking. Whatever be your thought process or whichever school of thought do you belong, our ultimate agenda should be unition, unity, and world peace. So can we have a huge round of applause for them? And now I would request everybody to kindly give a standing ovation as we welcome the Chief Director, Ms. Rekha Sharma. Welcome, ma'am. We are honored with your wonderful presence. Now I would like to welcome a singing orchestra which has the message and the mission to spread peace. I would like to invite the choir team of Sector 38, which is led and directed by the music in charge, Mr. Jatin. So can we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Jatin and his musical team. So today at ACSMUN, we are going to bring forward and promote ways how you can share your message in a peaceful way. It could be through an act, it could be through a music, it could be through a song, or it could be an open dialogue. Whatever be the medium for you to choose to declare your opinions, ideas, and thoughts, always ensure that it's always going to take the world to a higher place, a better place, and can extend towards world peace. So, Mr. Jatin, are we ready?
soldiers passing by, listening to the roar of change. The world is closing in. Did you ever think that we could be so close like brothers? The future's in the air, the feeling everywhere, blowing with the wind of change. To the magic of the moment of the glory line, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the world of dreams. Take me to the magic of the moment of the glory line, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the world of dreams. Walking down the street, whistling memories, burning in the past forever. I keep in peace of mind, down to any time, listening to the wind of change. Take me to the magic of the moment of the glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the world of change. Take me to the magic of the moment of the glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream away with you and me.
Can we have a huge round of applause for this beautiful musical orchestra put up by Mr. Jatin and his wonderful students? Thank you very much. Almost 77 years ago, after the World War II ended, the entire world knew that whatever happened was not right. And they also knew that whatever has to come in the upcoming years has to be fixed so that it is right. With the same perspective, the UN was set up. And today, it is the UN set up at Geneva, which is promoting and bringing forward ways to promote world peace. Should UN not be there, we know so much would have happened. But we are glad that UN is there. That is why education, development, progress, everything stays intact. There's so much that we can keep talking about UN. And for this, I would like to invite Niharika, who is going to give you a wonderful and a magnified view about what UN is. Can we have a huge round of applause for Niharika?
Dear all, I'm Niharika, and it's a pleasure to welcome you all in the simulation of Model United Nations. Let me take this opportunity to take you through the origin, importance of UN. The United Nations. The United Nations, commonly referred to as the UN, is an international non-profit organization formed in 1945 to increase political and economical cooperation among member countries. It's an intergovernmental organization whose purpose are to maintain international peace and security, develop friendly relations among nations, achieve international cooperation, and be a center for harmonizing the action of nations. It is the world's largest and most familiar international organization. The UN is headquartered on international territory in New York City and has other main offices in Geneva, Nairobi, and Hague. The United Nations was formed in the wake of World War II as the way to reduce international tension, promotes human rights, and reduce the possibilities of other large-scale conflicts. It is a successor to the nation. The body develops to international cooperation that was formed in 1920. The UN coordinates its work with the separate UN system entries which cooperate with the organization to help it achieve its goals. The UN Develop Program work nearly 117 countries and territories, helping to eradicate poverty, reduce inequality, and build resilience so the country can sustain progress. Today, almost every country in this world is represented in UN, including the United States. An important information about Secretary General, 9th Secretary General of UN, Mr. Antonio, took office on 1st Jan 2017. The Portugal Negate was recently sworn into the second fifth-year term, which brings in January 2022. So at the end, I would like to conclude with a quote. The future needs happy and confident leaders willing to change the success code and stand up for their convictions. Thank you.
That was wonderful, Niharika. Can we have a huge round of applause for Niharika? That was a clear insight about what UN does and why is it very important. Now I would like to welcome Brinda Dabas, who is here to tell you all the preamble of the UN Charter. Can we welcome Brinda with a huge round of applause?
Peace doesn't just mean the absence of war. Happiness, freedom, compassion, and respect for all are the elements of true peace. Good morning, everyone. My name is Brinda Dabas, and I am present before you all to read aloud the preamble of the UN Commission Charter. Before I begin, I would like to request everyone to kindly stand up and put their right hands over their heart and repeat after me. We, the people of the ACSMUN, determined to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war, which twice in our lifetime has brought untold sorrow to mankind, and to reaffirm faith in fundamental human rights, in the dignity and worth of the human person, in the equal rights of men and women, and of nations large and small, and to establish conditions under which justice and respect for the obligations arising from treaties and other sources of international law can be maintained, and to promote social progress and better standards of life in larger freedom. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brinda. I think along with ACSMUN, we we are also following the real meaning of democracy, right? By the people, of the people, and for the people. So this ACSMUN is also by the students of Alpine, for the students of Alpine, and of the students of Alpine, so that when you grow up, you can represent the world with your thoughts, your actions, and your opinions. I would now request Ms. Jayanti Mehrotra to come up on stage and let everyone understand the rules and regulations. Because someone rightly has said, with great power comes great responsibility. And how we need to do that comes with the rules and regulations.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much, Seema Ma. I'm Jayanti Mehrotra, and welcome to ACSMUN 2. My greetings for dear Director Sir, Rekha Ma'am, and the guest of the day, Kavita Saxena Ma'am. Welcome. Also, my greetings for our dear headmistresses, the chair and the vice chair, committee heads. Further, I extend my greetings for all my dear delegates who have worked relentlessly on this, the mentors, the teachers in charges, and everyone who were experimental in the simulation of MUN at Alpine Convent School. I extend my wishes to all those who are participating today in this simulation. As Seema Ma'am has just said, I will now take you through a short, annotated guide to the rules and procedure, which gives an overview of the most important rules for MUN simulations. Now, the first things first. Keep an open, positive, and receptive atmosphere. Focus on the issue, not the person. Allow others to speak without interruption. All ideas are welcome. Build on other ideas, which is very important. Avoid side conversations. Accept the way you might not be the only way. Now, let's go through the ground rules first. The flow of ACSMUN is as the opening of the debate, which is very important. First, there will be an opening to the debate, which will be followed by a roll call, where an agenda will be set. Let's now come to the debate. The opening statements, which will have the general speakers list. The delegates of all the countries will give opening speeches. Then there will be a moderated session, which will be headed by the chair and the vice chair. Now, if there is a need, there will be an unmoderated caucus, which will be sitting and discussing. We will then move to the draft resolutions. Now, draft resolutions, while unmoderated caucus, they may draft a resolution, the delegates. There will be then the voting by the delegates to pass the resolution. The executive board will be judging the delegates on the rubrics given to them. Few rules now for the discussion phase. Points of order. Points of order can be raised by the member states at any point in the meeting. Adjournment of the meeting. A meeting can be adjourned upon the request of a member state. An adjournment calls the meeting to a close. Any continued consideration of an item will take place at another meeting, usually on another day. Adjournment of a debate in parts, or all the consideration of the agenda item concerned. Seeking the floor and addressing the chair. The most universal rules of debate are: no one may intervene in the debate, that is, speak so to be heard by the conference without having been given the floor by the chairman. Let's move on to the next bit. Delegates at a Human Rights Council session hold up their pass to request the floor. Rules followed when taking action on draft resolutions. Voting on resolutions. All tabled draft resolutions, decisions will be adopted without a vote. If a resolution will not be adopted by consensus, the chair is usually informed beforehand that vote will be requested. Voting on amendments. Amendments to a tabled draft resolutions. What is decisions are either formally submitted and issued as L documents by the day before scheduled action or proposed orally from the floor if no member of state objects. Now, what to vote, which is very important. Before and after action is taken on the draft resolution or decision, member states can explain their vote in the case of an adoption by consensus in their position. In the end, I would just like to say that even though this is a mock simulation of the debate, we are following all the protocols, procedures of a real model United Nations. Just like the resolutions that are passed through peaceful discussions and collaboration in a real modern United Nation, that's exactly we are endorsing here at ACSMUN too as well. As this whole world is one big family, and we want to inculcate the attitude of harmonious discussions in younger generation and lead to resolutions promoted through healthy debates. I extend my wishes again to everyone participating today in the discussion. Thank you very much. That is all from me. Over to you, Seema ma'am.
Thank you, Jayanti ma'am, for clearly spelling out what is to be done and how it is to be done at the ACSMUN. I would now take the privilege and honor to invite the person behind the ACSMUN. I would like to invite the conference head, Ms. Gunjan Bajaj, with a huge round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. Louder! Conference is still left, okay? So maintain that zeal. Okay, Honorable Director Sir, Chief Director of MUN, Ms. Rekha Sharma ma'am, and our special guest of the day, Dr. Kavita Saxena ma'am. MUN team of directors, committee heads, teacher in charges, student community, delegates, chair, vice chair, and other members, the volunteers standing here, and the members of international press. You are doing a great job. Well done. So I, Gunjan Bajaj, the conference head of ACSMUN 2.0, would like to welcome you all to the two-day conference of Alpine Convent School. So today the world has become a global village, and no age is too young to prepare the future. MUN is actually a simulation of United Nations conference where the students are given a particular task to solve a global issue through research, drafting, lobbying, and debate to pass a suitable resolution. The agendas or topics that we have taken for this conference are the reflection of real world issues discussed by United Nations, and that range from the topics such as Russian-Ukraine war to preventing the future pandemics. This is actually an effort to make students understand how the process of international debate and negotiation that we commonly call diplomacy functions. The simulation of the diplomatic processes are especially important in this current scenario when the world is quickly becoming interdependent. This interdependent world, ACS Model United Nations, makes for informed global citizens who not only understand the decisions their nation makes, but also how those changes affect politics nationally, regionally, and globally. We at Alpine think that one person can actually make a difference. So each one of you, my dear students, delegates, has a unique stake in the global dialogue on a range of issues, and you are making your voices heard in the most inspiring ways. You rightly demand bold action from all corners of the globe. Hence, with the second edition of ACSMUN, we encourage you to speak up and push boundaries. With such an ambitious global development plan, you can take action against any discrimination you see against people. So challenge yourself, promise yourself that one day you can actually change the world. As there is a saying that don't be afraid of being different, be afraid of being the same as everyone else. Because as the young leaders of tomorrow, you have the passion and energy and commitment to make a difference. What I would like to really urge you to do is to have a global vision. Go beyond your country, go beyond your national boundaries, and you will actually make a difference. So, in the end, I would like to wish each one of you and the entire team of ACSMUN to all the best. Go and conquer the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Gunjan ma'am. 6 committees, 14 countries. There's so much to discuss, there's so much to find, and there's so much to innovate. With this, I would like to welcome Director Sir Mr. D.K. Sharma to declare the MUN meet open as well as motivate the young delegates out here. So can we have a huge round of applause as he makes his way to the dais. Over to you.
Education is one which requires adequate healthcare, education, income, and security. It means having the freedom to make the decisions governing our own lives and to have this right respected by the others. It also means having common responsibility to strengthen the dignity of others and through that, ultimately, our own. This ties in well with the ACSMUN notion that peace can only be established on the basis of shared values along with a close and meaningful dialogue. The whole idea behind organizing and conducting the academic simulation ACSMUN is to empower you to become responsible global citizens. Be equipped with values, knowledge, skill, and that are based on and instill respect for human rights, social justice, diversity, gender equality, and environment sustainability. As we move towards kindling a resolution for revolution, I would like to quote few lines written by Rudyard Kipling, which goes like this: if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thought your enemy, if you can meet with trump and disaster and treat those two
imposters just the same. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. If you can fill the unforgive minute with 60 seconds worth of the distance run, yours is the art and everything that is in it, and which is more, you will be true leader and ambassador of world peace. I hope these lines will act as a rudder and help you sail through taking your country, your community, and the world towards the source of world peace. With this, I wish all the delegates the best of luck, and I declare ACSMUN conference open. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With this, I think all the curtains towards the two-day conference ACSMUN has been lifted with honor, with credibility, and with great responsibility. Today and tomorrow, you are all going to turn from small little caterpillar into butterflies. Today is the first day when you are going to weave your wings. Tomorrow, you will strengthen them. And the day after that, you will fly. You will fly high, you will rise, you will shine, and you will reach wherever the world needs you. All the best, everyone, and may the best policy which supports humanity win. Thank you. Have a nice one.
I would request the session heads, Ms. Deepika, Ms. Sonali, and Ms. Saima ma'am, to take over the children of the different committees to their respective venues. Thank you. All the best, children.
I would also like everybody to give a huge round of applause to welcome the resource person from Macmillan. We have Mr. Krishna here. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? Thank you.
पंजाब, इसकी मिट्टी जाने कितनी प्रेम कहानियां देख चुकी है। उन्हीं मशहूर कहानियों में एक दास्तां और जुड़ने वाली है, जहां है 3 भाई और 3 बहनें।